There are also still a lot of questions surrounding what led up to the shooting death of a 12-year-old boy in a stolen car in Denver on Sunday. Investigators say a man used an app to track his car, which had been stolen, to the Sun Valley neighborhood. And it was there that police say the shots were fired.
I've said it once and I'll say it again. Welcome to another installment of the Connecticut Gun Bench. Today's video is brought to you by P.A.N. Firearms, LLC, P.A.N. Firearms for NRA certification and multifaceted gun training. You can reach us at 203-300-6343 or use our website at www.panfirearmsllc.com. As always, there'll be a link in the description box below. And if you like my channel and like to support my channel, you can do so through the links in the description box below. Everything is greatly appreciated. But let's talk about this. Now, let me set the ground rules and the foundation. I am a gun channel. I talk about gun rights, gun laws, so forth and so on. And this story is kind of right at the fringe of that element of what I talk about. But I saw this story and I had to talk about it because it's kind of mind-boggling, but it also exposes the true problem with this society, and it's not gun ownership, even though there are guns involved. Let me give you the basics. This is in Denver. A man had his vehicle stolen. He tracked down the vehicle using an app on his phone. He approached the vehicle with a gun, and the gun was drawn. From what information that I have, the people in the car were apparently all under 17. There's two 16-year-olds and a 12-year-old, and possibly another person. Don't know that for sure. But someone in the car shot at this man. This man reacted by shooting back. The 12-year-old who was up front at the driver's seat was shot and killed. Now, all in all, it's a tragedy all the way around, because now there's a lot of finger pointing, obviously. The man shouldn't have done this. He shouldn't have done that. He could have done this. He could have done that. That's all mute. I want to play a video of the reaction of the father and the sister. For the YouTube moderators, I am using this video for commenting and reaction only. I am not playing the entire video. I'm playing parts of it. But let's go ahead and watch this.
The owner of this black Audi, using a phone app, first tracked his stolen car to the 1100 block of Decatur. And that's where he shot Elias before the 12-year-old drove the car a few blocks away.
I think that if he would have just let the police approach the car and he sat back and waited till they got there, that my son would be alive right now. And since he took the law in his own head, my son's dead because of him. And nothing's going to happen to him but a pat on the head.
Dad, Thomas Armstrong, does not understand why Denver's district attorney won't charge his son's killer. Thomas, what was your reaction when the DA said, we're not going to charge this guy because he's got a self-defense claim?
My reaction was just like it is right now. I just couldn't believe it.
The Armstrong family says prosecutors obtained surveillance video it shared with them to explain its no-charging decision. Thomas admits it shows a single bullet came from the back of the car first, before the man supposedly unloaded 15 shots into the car, as one boy fired back twice.
They showed us a video, and the video had showed the man with his hand on his gun running towards them with a real fast speed. You heard one shot, then you just heard him let off 15 rounds into the car. The man, when he first pulled up to the car, he seen the little boy this tall standing by his car and running to jump into the car. He seen it was a little boy before any gunplay.
I know the car had insurance on it. You know, there's insurance on his car, but there's no insurance on my brother's life to get him back.
Alicia Henderson is Elias's older sister and says the car owner should have listened to 911 dispatchers and waited for police.
So the fact that this man was running up with the gun, showing them that he was very angry, he was going to shoot at them, in my eyes, they were defending themselves, not the other way around.
But you acknowledge the boy should not have stolen a car.
No, the kids shouldn't have been. I acknowledge that the kids shouldn't have been out there joyriding in the car or whatever. However, I would feel a little bit more strongly about it if they had put somebody's life in danger to take the car.
Life is death that breaks my heart. I just can't think about him so much because there's no coming back and I can't replace him. I just.
Okay, you heard that and you saw that. Now, there's no indignation towards the fact that their 12-year-old son, brother, was out on the streets at 3 in the morning stealing cars. None. It's all the fault of the man who owned the vehicle, who went, who tracked it down because he was fired upon. You heard the father say he should have let the police take care of it. Okay, let's say the police showed up and walked up to the car and that same person fired a shot at them as they were coming towards the car. What do you think? The police would draw their guns and they would open fire on the vehicle. And if they had killed that 12-year-old boy under the same set of circumstances, where do you think we'd be right now? Police brutality, BLM burning down a neighborhood. That's where we'd be. His sister saying, well, insurance, he has insurance on the car. There's no insurance on my brother. Okay, insurance doesn't work that way. It really doesn't. Insurance will not give him a brand new car or a car comparable in year and age and mileage to what he has. You will get a blue book value for that car that you must then use to go purchase another car, which, from what I understand, is actually a very nice car. But that's a moot point once again. 12-year-old was out at 3 o'clock in the morning. I'm going to come over here. Fox 31, this is local affiliate. Family of 12-year-old shot, killed in stolen vehicle speaks out against vehicle owner. Not going to speak out against their 12-year-old child who was on the streets at 3 in the morning with guns. Okay? No, we're not going to talk about that. And I'm not going to get too deep into this because I really want to get to my point. But, okay, the vehicle owner using a phone app had tracked the stolen vehicle to the 8300 block of East Northfield Boulevard to the area of West 12th Avenue and Decatur Street, where he shot Elias Armstrong. The 12-year-old then drove the vehicle a few blocks away, where he died from at least 2 gunshots. Quote, this, you heard that father say that, I think if he would just let the police approach the car and he sat back and waited till they got there, that my son would be alive right now. There's no guarantees, because what if the person in the car had fired on the police? It would have been more than 15 shots. It would be crazy. Okay? Since he took the law in his own hands, my son is dead because of him. I disagree. I think your son is dead because of his own actions. That and other people he associated himself with. And nothing is going to happen but a pat on the hand, said an emotional Thomas Armstrong, the father of lives. Okay, but the district attorney's office announced last week that the owner of the stolen vehicle would not face criminal charges because it determined there wasn't sufficient evidence to charge a man with a crime. You heard him say, I just couldn't believe it, said Armstrong, who said the man was rewarded for vigilante justice. No, he was fired upon. He returned fire. He did not come up to... Vigilante justice would have been him coming up on that car, opening fire. He approached that car and they fired at him first. He returned fire. That's not vigilante justice. That's self-defense. Okay, the Armstrong family told the problem solvers that prosecutors obtained surveillance video and shared it with them to explain the decision not to charge the vehicle owner. Thomas Armstrong said this visually shows a single bullet was fired from the back of the stolen vehicle first, before the vehicle owner allegedly unloaded 15 rounds and one of the 3 boys inside the vehicle fired back twice. So they continued to fire even after they were taking fire. So, okay, you heard all this. I'm not going to get into that. Okay. Armstrong insisted that his son was unarmed and that it was one of the 2 16-year-olds who must have fired a gun toward the driver. He said his son was in the front seat, driver's seat, with his hands on the steering wheel. Like, the guy can see that at 3 o'clock in the morning. He can, in pitch black, he can see what's exactly who fired at him and what this guy's son was doing up front. Come on. But it's an ongoing investigation. Fine. Let me come out of that. Like I said, I didn't want to get too deep into it. Now, I always say, put yourself in that position. People act as if vehicles, something being stolen from them, is just a shrug of the shoulders and whatever. It isn't. That's just your livelihood. The car is how you get from A to B and get to your job, and it is a pivotal point of your life. And somebody steals it from you, yeah, there's going to be problems. There's going to be real issues with that socially for the person whose car has been stolen. They have to then now go out and maybe through their insurance company, rent a vehicle, try, see what the insurance company is going to do if they even get the car back. That's a whole nother issue. But as far as from a gun perspective, I have no problem with what this guy did. He approached the car with his gun drawn, okay? But he was fired upon first. Done. When somebody, the gun doesn't care who pulls the trigger. Doesn't care. Somebody shoots at you and you're in that position, you shoot back. You nullify the threat, which apparently he did. And once again, this is an example of the moral decline of our country. These parents are more concerned about this man shooting their son than the fact that their 12-year-old child was on the streets at 3 a.m. in a stolen vehicle. They kind of casually mentioned, yeah, maybe he shouldn't have done that. No, he shouldn't have done that. I can't imagine. I'm thinking about when I was 13. You kidding me? My father went by my bedroom and saw that I wasn't in my bed. Ooh, Lord have mercy. He'd be on the streets looking for me. He'd be driving around looking in a stolen car with 2 other idiots with guns. Look out. I wouldn't be sitting here today. And if I got arrested for stealing that car, my father would commit a crime to get into the jail cell next to me and beat my behind. Okay? But I want to talk about this story because I keep saying this is a gun issue. I keep saying it's a morality issue. And this is just another example of the morality issue. Not so much the actions of these preteens, but also the actions and reactions of these kids, this 12-year-old's parent, and sister. They're literally blaming the car owner for the actions of their sibling son. But let me know what you think. As always, you can leave your comments in the comment section below. And as always, any statements of violence or statements that lead to violence will be removed. Please like, share, comment, subscribe. Don't forget to hit that notification bell so you're notified the next time a video goes live. I will see you on the next one. Peace.